So right now, I'm in the process of closing my first Airbnb deal. So just a quick backstory. My family and I started a family business called Sable Investments. The purpose of this family business is to actually grow it and for us to become a family bank. Meaning we want to be able to loan to each other. We want to be able to give out mortgages, so on and so forth. Checkings and savings account, things of that nature, and just, reinvest the money elsewhere so that we could continue to build the family business and the family bank. Another branch from the family bank is also going to be life insurance, so that we could start offering life insurance plans and policies for our family members as well. And again, as we continue to grow, we're going to be able to extend this to other folks as well. So in the process of starting this family business and building towards this family bank, we just wanted to start doing other things that's going to help us generate the money, so that when people come to us for loans, we'll have the money to be able to give them, so that we can actually afford to hand that money out at a fair interest rate. So we decided, in order to raise this money, we wanted to do real estate. So originally what we decided to do with the real estate was flips. We wanted to flip houses. We had plans to flip houses everywhere: Texas, Atlanta, PA, New York, and so on and so forth. But as the market started to balloon and things started to change, becoming more expensive, we pivoted a little bit. And part of the pivot from the real estate world was doing Airbnb rentals. So that leads me to my video today. In our journey, we were able to have, trials and tribulations as far as, what it takes to raise the money in order to look for different business ideas or look for different business opportunities and things like that. So we had the money, we raised that, whatever. And once the money was raised, now we have to start looking for deals. And although we had some ups and downs, whether it had been, the flips and the buy and hold, and even the Airbnb, nothing truly closed or really meshed with the idea or the goal of what we wanted to accomplish. It didn't make sense for us. So today, I was able to get a deal in the works. I want to use the word close, but to me, it's still a bird in the bush, being that no paperwork is signed. But it is by a client of mine through Boykin HVAC, and it's someone that I trust. It's someone, who trusts me. And part of the deal was to pay, this number. Let's just throw out fake numbers, because I don't know how comfortable my family is with being. You know what? Let's be transparent. So the deal was for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Queens for $2,500. So they presented this opportunity to me, and I was interested. Originally I was interested as an agent to kind of find somebody to take over the space for them, and just to kind of help out my clientele on the real estate side of things. But as I started talking with them more, I asked them, what do you think about having someone in here, with roommates, or even maybe Airbnb type of style? So they said, that's funny, because at my other house, I wanted to do Airbnb over there once I move. So I said, I tell you what, how's the idea of me taking this apartment with my family, with our family business, and we pay you your rent? We could pay up to 6 months up front if that's what you need, but we'll pay the rent, we'll do the Airbnb, and when the year lease is over, if you decide that you wanted to get out the lease and possibly take over the Airbnb from us, this fly is like driving me crazy, and possibly take over the Airbnb for us, then we'll hand you over the Airbnb, but we'll still maintain it. So you'll be now paying us a management fee to keep your Airbnb going. And she said, wow, wait, I really like that idea. So she said, I tell you what, give me a night to think about it and I'll get back to you. So today we met up for a meeting, a business meeting, and she said, listen, I want to do it, but I figure since you're doing Airbnb, maybe you could pay me a little more. So I said, what do you want to get paid? She said $2,800 instead of $25. So, at this point, some people will try to play the negotiation game, and they might take time for them to really think about and figure out the numbers of what they should say and count off of it. But for me, someone that's been doing business for a while, I was quick to it. And I said, I tell you what, how about I pay you $2,500 for 6 months, and on the back end, I'll pay you the $2,800 that you want for the remaining 6 months. And to make the deal a little sweeter, I'll pay you the 28-month first month rent and 2,800 last month security deposit and things like that. This way, it'll give my team and I time to start building this thing up. And she's like, okay, I like that. Perfect. Great. No problem. Boom. Done. So I said, all right, so let me just, run this by my team, make sure everybody's on board, so on and so forth. And we go from there. She said, okay. So I went back, to my truck, the office, and I made the phone calls and things like that to talk with my team, the other owners of this family business. And one of the members was like saying to me, like, oh, well, I think you could have probably negotiated the 2,800 to maybe like 26 or 27 or something like that. I said, listen, cuz, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. But if you do the math, if I would have negotiated that number to 26.5, it would have been the same exact thing of the negotiation that I just did in a blink of an eye. So he's like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. I said, yeah, which is fine. But you also got to remember, this is me talking to my cousin, you got to remember that numbers and decisions like that have to come quick. Like sometimes we don't have the time to try to put those numbers together and get back at people, because now they start getting cold feet. You want to be able to close the deal. You want to have your information, and you want to have it, rapid fire, it just be close to what it is you're really trying to accomplish, if anything, if nothing else. So when I broke it down to him like that, he was basically saying like, oh yeah, you know what, you're right. So then I went a little further to kind of like, give that free game, because we're always teaching one another. Each one teach one. So I said, listen, you got to look at it like this. If we would have presented 26.5 as the number that we wanted for 12 months, then on their end, it looks like they're losing in the deal because they already have their mind set for 28. So a lot of times when we try to broker deals, we always want to use to our advantage what the person who's trying to make the deal already set as a standard. So for this landlord, for this client, for this tenant, whatever you want to call it, like I can't call it a tenant, but anyway, for this person, they already had the number of 2,800 in their mind. So for me to still be able to tell them, you're going to get your 2,800, but it's going to come like this, it still makes them feel like they won, because to them, they only wanted 25 to begin with. So on the back end, they're only looking at maybe like an extra $1,800. So for us in the family business, if we divide that $1,800 over the course of 6 months, or not even 6, 12 months, what's the problem? It's only an extra $150 a month. And again, this is quick math. If y'all want to check my numbers, y'all do that, and y'all leave a comment. Let me know if my numbers are right, but I'm sure they're pretty accurate. And again, I'm a numbers man. Like I feel like math is a universal language. No matter where you go at in the world, I don't care what language you speak. If somebody go like this, that means they want one of those. I want one of those, one. So it's universal. So I always was big on numbers. That's not like to say I'm a rocket scientist or anything like that. And to be honest with you, I could get better with the metric system. But when it comes to business, I like to have my numbers already in my head. And when I have a number in my head, I'm breaking that number down, 10% over, 10% under, and all different type of combinations, so that when I have conversations about it, those combinations are letting me know what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. So I just wanted to give that to y'all real quick. I don't want to be long. This video is a little longer than what I usually make them. I would give y'all more information. Right now I'm in the process of drafting up the lease, because that was another thing that I offered. I feel like you always want to, resume control when it's a deal that you actually offered someone in the beginning. And what I mean by that is I told them, like, listen, if you want, we could come up with the lease for you and write it out, and then I'll send it to you to review and things like that. And they agreed to that. They said that's fine. So I'm going to work on that lease. I'm going to get it over to them. They already sent me all the necessary information for me to draft this lease. And I just want to remind everybody out there that we have to be proactive. We have to be patient. We have to do our due diligence, and we have to be ready for opportunities when they present themselves. The best way to be ready is to continue to study whatever it is that you're going after, to continue to do your research, to continue to build yourself towards whatever it is that you want to do, so that when the situation or that the opportunity arises, you're able to make those decisions and make it be the right decision. So your boy Muciano, Signing out.